Chapelville Carriage House with Learn Along with Farmer Brenda. Today you're in for a special treat because we're going to tour the carriage house. Usually when I show the venue I tell our life story, or part of our life story, and I went to Carolina back in 1977, and that's how I met my husband. He was the golf course superintendent at Finley Golf Course, and at the time the same person did all the fields for UNC. He did Keenan Stadium, Boshammer, Fetzer, and I asked him for a job. He turned me down, but I tell people I got the job. I get to mow for him now, and we're going to take a look. Come on, guys.
So Farmer Brenda, as we're walking these camelids, is it important to keep them a distance from each other, or can I walk them close to you?
Well, certain ones of them get along better than others. And we do have to worry about, because sometimes Abraham, our alpaca, would like to roll in some of the plants, and I'm not really quite fond of that.
So we have 2 llamas and 1 alpaca with us?
Yes, we've got Thomas and Isaac, and Abraham is our alpaca, and Thomas and Isaac are both llamas. All right, let's walk on over to the shade, and then we can talk about the house here. We started coming to this property back in the late 80s when my husband had started a landscape business. He left the university and started Precision Turfscape. The driveway that comes down to this was the only thing that was here, plus the old house. Everything else was wooded, and all he did was cut down trees and add gravel. The house here was built in the early 1800s or late 1700s, and was about to fall over. There were no windows or doors, and the logs on the bottom of it were rotten, so we had the whole house jacked up and put a stone foundation and redid the chinking and the mudwork and put a new metal roof on the top and put gutters in and got windows that are working. All right, let's go ahead and walk on through the barn here. Today it's just kind of filled with some empty, some chairs and tables left over from a funeral that we had this weekend. This was our kids' basketball court. The first wedding that we did here at the carriage house, they tented it, and I saw that a tent was $1,000, so we decided to go ahead and build a structure. We built a barn that doesn't have sides because we wanted it to just flow into the outside, because we feel like that's our strength here, is the beautiful landscaping and the grass. Let's go ahead and walk on through over to the pond side. It's okay, I think you can go walk. So it's a real warm day outside today, but it's nice and cool in here. Good airflow. We've got lots of flowers here, our echinacea and the petunias in the pots, some calla lilies and hibiscus and vinca.
Farmer Brenda, is there anything here that these guys can't eat?
No, I don't see anything that's really poisonous to them. Azalea and rhododendron are bad for goats and llamas and alpacas. So here's our pond. We've got a waterfall feature over there, and we've got lighting in the waterfall and lights that go around the pond, and we've got path lights here, so in the evening it's just beautiful, a nice ambiance of light. We've got a floating dock over there that can detach and float around the pond. And over here is where the original kitchen was when it was just a log cabin.
I bet this is so beautiful at night. The stars.
Oh, it is. It's a beautiful night sky out here. And so the kitchen fell down, then the chimney fell down. We had it rebuilt. They rebuilt it short and stubby. We thought we were going to build an outdoor room, so we had it extended, but instead we decided to build a barn, so we just left it like this. And I'm glad we did, because the view in the night is so pretty. Sometimes ceremonies happen here, but most of the time they happen across the pond over there. But right here we have the well for the old house, and a really cute back porch. And we've got a putting green. The grass out here is zoysia grass, and then it goes into some Bermuda over there. The green over here is a Bermuda green. We have to cover it in the winter if the temperature gets too low. And there's the well. We've got it covered up with tarp. Those are the wheels from where my husband mowed the green this morning. All right, let's walk on around. Down there we've got another little pen. It was my original goat pen, but we've got some Flemish giant rabbits down there and a couple chickens. So we've come a long way with walking these llamas, haven't we? Absolutely. When we first got them a couple years ago, it took us maybe 10 or 20 minutes to walk them 100 yards. But they're doing great. They used to stop on us all the time, and but now they love it. Abraham is a pro. He's 7 years old, but these guys are just 2. The pond here is stocked with bass and brim, and we've got some carp in there. And then a friend of mine had me watch her koi, and they talked about coming back. Were having some repair work done on their pond, but they haven't come back and gotten them. So I've had them for a year now. We enjoy feeding them. They're really fun to watch come for feeding. And then we've also got some turtles. My grandchildren really like that. Excuse me. It's okay, bud. Every once in a while, the llamas will get a little spooked, like a part of the rope here will hit them, or a bug, rock jump. But as you can see, they're great. I love how they help to trim some of the weeds. Yeah, this grass is better than what you see. I love the walking them. They're not like dogs. They don't pull to go anywhere for the most part. Now here Abraham's pulling on me, but this is how you come to get to the other ceremony site, which is over here. Come on, we're not going to eat the canna lilies.
Is this one of the newer structures on the property?
Yes. We built this back in 2017.
You really see the size of that tree up here.
And when a bride is going to get married here, she'll walk around the pond just like we did. Back here. And then the doors will be open. And see all the guests turn around and see the bride at the back of the church. And this is also something that's good for the llamas, and they all have to do is just walk down the steps. I saw you try to go around. But it's really pretty when the chairs and the benches are set up down here. And the red maple down there in the background. And then you can look over there and you see the pasture and you can see the goats out.
And during the ceremony, you can hear the goats.
That's right.
Really cute.
What are you
Sometimes
saying?
you can hear Thomas.
That's right. You want some of this weeping willow tree? You want some? Llamas don't have teeth on the top, they just have the teeth on the bottom. What do you think?
Apparently weeping willow tastes better with alpaca saliva on it. Okay, Kim's face. Good.
Sometimes in a circumstance like that, when they get a little bit too close to one another, they might have a little spitting match. All right, let's walk on back up here.
So llamas are known for carrying weight, backpacks, packs. Do alpaca do that as well, or what are they more used for?
Their fleece is usually better. Not an expert on fleece, but that is what they're known for, is their fleece. And not that you can use llamas as well, but I don't think it's as thick or as fine. Continue our tour and go to the back part of our property. Come on.
How did they take to your goats, having so many goats around?
Well, when I first got Abraham, he was my first one, Camelid, that I got. And I had goats, and so Abraham just hung out with the goats, and I felt like he got along with them well. He was in a situation where there was an older male at the farm he was at, and the other male did not like him, and the woman needed to get rid of Abraham quickly. And so at least nobody here wanted to kill him up there. Right, buddy?
So an older male alpaca?
Yes. And the woman that I bought him from had started with one alpaca and her goats, and she said that they get along great together. And I had read that they needed to be with other alpacas or llamas, but he did fine for probably 4 or 5 years, so anyway.
And how did the goats handle having such a big animal come into their herd?
They were fine with it, you know. The thing is that goats will headbutt, and llamas and alpacas, the worst they could do is to intimidate another animal. They might chase it and could cause stress and kill it chasing it, or they can stomp it and kick it. But neither animal, neither llamas, alpacas, or goats really bite. And my goats don't have horns, so they can't hurt anybody like that. So, all right. Joining us at the Chapel Carriage House for Learn Along with Farmer Brenda. And this is Abraham and I saying goodbye for now.